Hello, world. It's John Pinto, your roving realtor, bon vivant, video blogger, here today with Bob Johnson from Home Guard Home Warranty. Hey, Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing great today. And you?
I'm doing fine and dandy. And Rafael Batances from Home Guard Inspections. How are you today?
Hey everybody, how you doing? Doing great, John.
Excellent. So I was looking at your website, Bob, and
Mhm.
I noticed AC and heating preseason tune-up. Now, as I have referenced on our prior videos, I own a home that was built in 1994. A lot of the components are getting a little bit long in the tooth, but I am extremely vigilant in pretty much having my air conditioning and my forced air furnace checked on an annual basis. I always get some good news from the AC techs. I say, for instance, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I think it's 105 degrees outside my patio
Mm,
door.
okay.
And they always tell me, you've got one of those nice old air conditioners that have Freon that we is illegal now. We can't use it. We still carry it, but it's extremely effective, much more effective than the new units. And I am thankful that I've been able to continue to get my AC and forced air furnace systems checked every year. And after 26 years, they're still going strong. So, and I did not realize that Home Guard Home Warranty provided this preseason tune-up, which I think is absolutely essential for homeowners. So please enlighten everybody, Bob.
Absolutely. And this is a new feature, again, to the state of California. I know this has been a feature with other warranty companies outside the state. But as an overview, what we're talking about is during a certain month, the warranty company can come out, and it's usually before we get into those hot temperatures, like you mentioned, John, where it's 105 outside, or the real cold temperatures. And the warranty company will dispatch a technician, and they'll come out and check to make sure there's a temperature differential and pressure test the lines and check the electrical and the thermostat and make sure everything is calibrated before you would actually really need it. And the beauty of having this option, and this is an optional coverage right now as we're speaking in the warranty industry, is this. Many times in my 20 plus years in the home warranty business, I've gotten a call on the first hot day from a real estate agent who their client has called them, or from a client directly. And they've said, my air conditioner doesn't work. It's 105 degrees. I need to get an air conditioning guy out here now. Well, imagine, if you will, those of you listening to this video cast, that your town probably has quite a few people who are going through the same process. And those technicians are now getting calls from everybody with the same issue. And they're swamped, and they're booking out a week later, 2 weeks later, to try to get, in this heat wave, people with cooler temperatures. Well, by doing the tune-up, you ensure that when those first hot days come, you're not part of that basket of people that are scrambling to try to find a technician who isn't already booked out for a week because everybody else in the town that's dealing with the 104-degree temperatures is calling them because there's an emergency. And so whether it's for your air conditioner and getting it done in the months right before summer, and in most cases that's in the April, May timeframe, and then you do the same thing for a heater, which would be in the September to November timeframe. You get your heater tuned up. So when you really do need to keep the house warm, your furnace has already been tuned up, checked out, and you're not going to be in that situation as others might be.
So please advise me, the optional coverage for this AC and forced air furnace tune-up,
Mhm.
how much does it cost?
I can't speak to other companies, but I will speak to HomeGuard. It's only $25.
Well,
So for
I mean, how much is a
$25,
service? How much is a service call if you're just going to have an HVAC guy come out and check your system?
well,
Well, not with you
for,
guys. I mean, with everybody else.
with everybody else, yeah, I have heard it all over the board. You'll hear commercials sometimes. So and so is going to do it for $89 or $99 or
Right.
whatever the case might
And
be.
those are deals on their own.
And those are, yeah, those are deals on their own. So if you're going on a regular, there aren't any deals going on. Yeah, you could easily spend $150 to come out and have somebody do a tune-up, and I know some regions are higher than that. But if you get this option when you purchase your home for only $25, then for our service call of $75, you're going to have the technician come out and be able to do the tune-ups. So it still is a value unless there's some special going on, and of course you can't guarantee when that special is going on. But this way you have a guarantee that you can get your unit tuned up and make sure that at the first heat wave or the first cold wave, your clients are going to be taken care of, or the homeowner is going to be taken care of, and be able to have some cool air or have some warm heat.
So I'll ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
As far as ordering this tune-up is concerned, I see it as three specific times. Number one, and probably preferred, the day after the escrow closes or the day of the escrow closing.
Mhm.
That's number one. Make sure you got power, gas and electric when
Mhm.
the tech comes out. Number two would be the end of October, because that's when Indian summer is getting to be over and you want to make sure your heating system is working.
Mhm.
And or the end of April to
Mhm.
make sure your AC is working. Now, obviously, you don't need to have separate trips to check the AC and the heating. So, would you say that, yes, first thing is have them come out as soon as the escrow closes, but short of that, when should they come out?
Well, the option itself, there are designated times for the technician to come out, because
Ah,
let's say they were to come out, we're going to do an AC test. You're going to come out when the ambient air is warm enough that when they do the test and need to do the temperature differential, you can tell the difference. You can't operate an air conditioner when it's 64 degrees outside,
mm-hmm.
because you can't get an ambient change to know if the air conditioning unit is running efficiently. And going the other way, you can't really test your heater if it's 100 degrees outside, because you can't get the temperature differential to make sure that it's working. And to address those issues, all the warranty companies have put designated times in their warranty brochures and in the contracts of when the client should call in during those time periods. And let's say we have an odd situation where you're calling in during that time period and it happens to be, like you mentioned, Indian summer. We will try to schedule it at a time we know the temperature is going to be right, so we're getting accurate tune-up to that unit for the homeowner.
Hmm. You know, I think this video series that we're doing is extremely timely with all the innovations that are arising in the home warranty business, because
Mhm.
it seems like the home warranty business is turning into a new home buyers or a homeowner's partner in
Mhm.
monitoring and taking care of the house. It's not just insurance against some kind of a crisis. There's a lot more proactivity. It seems like the whole industry is becoming more like Kaiser, Kaiser Medical Center, and
Mhm.
being ahead of the game. What do you think about
Mhm.
that, Bob?
I agree with you. The industry has evolved, and again, I mentioned I've been in the industry over 20 years. It definitely has evolved to address the changes that are going on for homeowners. And as we're talking about here, the tune-up, um, this was a way to address what homeowners were going through. And we don't like it when we get a call and the technicians are all busy and we can't get a technician out. And to touch on something, most warranty companies in those situations will give what we call an outside authorization. We will say to the homeowner, you can call anybody else in the phone book and see if you can get someone out there sooner. The warranty industry does that because we're trying to take care of the client as soon as possible. But a lot of times, if it's a first heat wave and they have an air conditioning problem, they'll call around and find out every technician is busy. Not only the 10 technicians that we have contracted with us in their region, they'll find out all the other ones are busy as well. And they'll understand why having a tune-up ahead of time is so important.
Okay, as we have often mentioned, there's always the potential for going down a huge rabbit hole on every subject. So here we go into the rabbit hole again.
Okay.
We're talking about forced air furnace.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So without going too deep into the rabbit hole, what about gravity feed furnaces, like in Eichlers, where you get the hot water heat in the slab floors, wall furnaces? I guess those are probably the three: forced air, gravity feed coming out of the hot water heat in the cement, and wall furnaces. How do you cover those? Same way?
Well, this one you're going to, again, as we talked about before, you always want to check with the warranty company that you have the policy with, because when you get away from your common wall units, forced air units, coverage changes. And
Okay.
so you'll want to check with the warranty company because they might have different limits, and it'd be too long to go into now to make
Yes.
sure we're not confusing anybody. But there is coverage available, we'll put it that way. And it's just when you get into the unique heaters, you're going to have some different coverages.
Well stated, Bob. So, Bob,
Yeah.
the more I interview, the more I learn. And so for our viewers who want to learn a lot more about all of these items, I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Can you direct them to your website and whatever particular section inside the website exists for them to completely understand the vast array of home warranty options and coverages?
Certainly. They could go to hghw.com, and you'll see a tab right on the front page for sample contracts. And they can click on that and be able to get the actual brochure, which shows everything that's covered and not covered. So before they make a move, they have all the information they need. And if they have any questions, they can certainly call the 800 number, or they can feel free to call me at 707-454-6950, and I'll be happy to try to answer their questions.
Well stated. And Raphael, in case somebody just wants to take the easy way out and have them text you or email you, or email them the collateral material, how do they reach you?
Oh, absolutely. They can reach me by either email, phone call, or text. My direct cell phone line is 707-616-8762. You can also email me at rbetances@homeguard.com. That's RBETANCES. And just remember that our inspections are built to scroll. We open on Saturdays. Our inspectors have iPad summaries ready to be shown right after inspections, and we look to satisfy our customer with our service. So with that being said, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm here to help.
Good. And I will state, I always tell my clients, the home inspector is going to come at 1, but you don't really need to be there until about 2:15, because I don't want you following him. I don't want you asking him questions. And I want him to just get through his inspection report. And when he's done, they're very ready, willing, and able to give a summary. And those summaries are always very good. And I think when people are there, they're talking to the inspector, they're able to physically witness the findings. It's a lot less intimidating than reading a 60-page report.
Mhm.
So that works out
Absolutely.
real well. Yeah. Very good. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the next video.